Good morning, guys. What a day. Absolutely beautiful. And no seagulls here yet. I've just arrived actually, and it's 8:04. Right, so there we go. Oh, here they come. David! I have to give him a shout. See if I can get him to come. David! Hello! Yeah. Right, leave that with them. And I think I'm going to leave my boots there as well. And my little bag. Oh, we just go for a walk up here. Just up and down. You don't have to listen to anything clicking or banging, hopefully. And here they come. Here's my darlings. What a glorious day. Absolutely beautiful. And yes, that looks like chemtrail. And so does some of that. But it's nowhere near how it was. Do you understand what I mean? Magical. And Christine Hansen. Wow. What a magician. And obviously is either something to do with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, or has just a very good understanding of manifestation and experienced bliss. Aren't they beautiful? Yes, and Christine, hello Christine, put a comment on about the they people, really, and their life on public display, not just a public adoration for these people, but really everything they do is just out there for our inspection almost. You know, we can rip it to pieces if they have an argument. It's very public. And I put a comment down when I was doing my book. You always have to be kind of, well, you don't, but I am. As I've said before, I'm a bit of a Pollyanna. So you have to think, I was thinking, on the positive side. There's no point in writing a book unless it's going to get to the people that you want to read it. And in my case, that was the girls from FOSA Women's Training who I was doing this confidence building course with and using NLP to develop their belief in themselves, really. And the course was cancelled because their parents didn't like what I was teaching them. And it was a young Asian girls group. They were kind of, 13 and over. And I'd met one of these girls after the course was cancelled, even though they had asked for the time that they were meant to go bowling and women's only swimming and stuff like this, to cancel that and just have extra sessions with me. But no, it didn't happen. And I met one of these girls some months later over a park, Longford Park. I did take you there a few times on Orgasmic. It's the beautiful part with the willows edging the stream. And she cried out to me, Rose, Rose, and came running over. And you know, asked if I would teach them privately, which obviously I couldn't do. And then said, well, write a book about it, put it all in a book, because our parents encourage us to read. And I said to her, I promise I will do that. And that was it, I did it. But I can remember being with my friends, Anne Bott and Kate and Jeannie. That's, you know, who has died now. Moved to another place, her front row seat to watch the Ascension. And, you know, they were all saying, ooh, you know, what if this and what if that? And you do kind of think to yourself, oh, maybe it'll become a million seller. I'd be a liar if I didn't, you know, tell the truth about that. Well, obviously, Rose. But I did think about it. I did think, oh, what will happen if my book sells? So when they actually asked for a photograph to be put on the book, I said no, I didn't want my photograph, I didn't want any author information. You know, I just wanted basic, that the author lives a blissful existence in Coventry, UK. And that was it. And when they kind of contacted and said, oh, you need to come on these book tours and blah, 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 I thought about it all and I thought, no, I'm not interested in doing that. I don't want to... I've done what I wanted to do, which was write the book. It's like, you know, making a cake for others to taste and sample and then eating the whole thing yourself. I didn't want to do that. But yes, Christine, one of the things that I did think about during that time, you know, for the solstices, we'd always have gatherings. A few of my friends are Wicca, and I have a wizard friend, Andy. And we would always get together and celebrate these kind of days. Kate and Anne and Jeannie, Sue, there was loads of us. And we had such a good time. And during these, you know, I'd say, come on, Rose, why aren't you going? Why aren't you doing it? But I didn't want to. I love my invisibility. Do you know what I mean? I love it. And I guess the TV show that I was on when I was 21, 22, the Late Late Show with Gay Byrne, Irish show, excuse me, which was a live show, and I was invited to go on that. Because we were talking about women. It was like a show to do with what women have to deal with, and I was asked because of you know, what the kind of things that had happened in my life. And I remember I was on with Dorrie Previn and Marilyn French, the woman who wrote the Women's Room, which was, you know, in the kind of book charts at the time, and was, I suppose, you know, a best-selling book. And when we were in the green room before we go in to the live studio, because it was done before a live studio audience, and it was live, Gay Byrne came in with, you know, some attendant, and was asking, is there anything you don't want us to talk about? And Dorrie Previn actually said, yes, I will not talk about the abortion. I mean, given that she's in Ireland, and this is 1980, you know, it was, you can hear a plane. If you can hear them, they're not chem planes anyway, if they are indeed planes. And you know, she didn't want to go through that and didn't want to discuss that, which is her right. And I remember she went on before me, so she was the first guest on, and Gay Byrne was asking all these questions, and then just as she got comfortable, he brought up about the termination, as he called it, your termination of your child. And Dorrie Previn just looked as if she'd gone into shock, and you know, she was exposed, very, very exposed. And remember seeing this man, this Gay Byrne, because I was still in the green room, but you could see the TV monitor, seeing this guy, Gay Byrne, you know, get his kicks and his ratings from what he was doing to this woman. And I must admit, I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm going to go in next, and then after me it was Marilyn French, and I need to just really compose it. I mean, I was so young as well, God. And I had tried with another group to open a safe house for women in the South, as it was called then, era, as it is really. Well, it isn't even that really. There's no label attached really. It's just all paradise. But you know, he was. So I was there really. I wasn't that interested in what had gone on in my life. I was there to try and let these women in Ireland know who were being seriously abused by partners and were being kept there because the priests would tell the husbands where the safe houses were. So we wanted to create this without the church being involved at all, and that in itself in era was quite controversial at the time. But I mean, he came on and he was just, my word, you know, the fact that I'd got pregnant at 17, not being married, and blah 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 was but whatever. It was I actually got an ovation, which was nice, from a few people. And after the show, a couple of priests actually rang in and said that they were no longer going to continue with their, in inverted commas, profession. So I must have done something, and they thanked me and said if they could be of any assistance. However, the women trusted no one who was with the church. But for a brief while, I did get asked to go to other radio shows and give interviews and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it because I saw what happened to Dorrie Previn. And I saw that when you were in that very open position within society and known or renowned for one thing or another, your life was no longer your own. In seeking that, whatever it was you were looking for that led you to that path, really, whatever came was part and parcel of the original thought, I guess. With NLP, you kind of learn that when you frame something, it's very much a case of be careful what you wish for. They always say check the ecology, and that is having a look around you, not just at you and your life, but at those close to you and how the things you do are going to impact upon them. And we would say in NLP that when you are desiring anything, so for example, if it was about my book, I might want my book to get out to, I might say, oh, I want it to be a million seller, but then you kind of look at that and you think, well, why do you want it to be a million seller? Is that because you want a million people to read it? Or is it because you actually want the money that goes with the book? So what are your real reasons for writing a book? And you learn to frame your thoughts in a way that whatever comes from your desires and your intentions is as you want it. I mean, for example, there may be many people out there who are thinking, you know, I just wish I had someone to love me. And then you may indeed have someone to love you. You might get pregnant, you know, and you can kind of think, why do my wishes never ever come true? But your wish was to have someone to love you. And there's no greater love than that between a parent and a child, really. So we need to be very careful how we frame things. Yeah. So, yeah, I get Christine's point of view. I understood it then and I understand it now. You know, everything that we create is really, it's from our own mind, and we may think when we say to someone, I am doing this for that reason, that they will believe it, and that's fine. It's great if everybody else believes it, but inside you the conversations have taken place in your mind, in your being. You know, you have no secrets from yourself, people. So if you're kind of oh yeah, I just want to write a book, you know, I need my message to get to this group of people. Well, if inside you really have the desire for something else, like the money, or the recognition or something along those lines, it may end up not quite what you said to other people. Do you understand what I mean? You know, if my book was taken as a comedy, you know, if some people got hold of it and thought, oh, look at this, what a load of bollocks, makes you laugh, then my message hasn't got out. But if I made endless amounts of money from it, people might say, you know, oh goodness, everyone's really taking the piss out of your book, but hey, you're making loads of money from it. They might think that you didn't get what you really intended. But your secrets from yourself, they don't exist. They do not exist. So your fairy godmother, your higher self, your inner being, God, whatever you want to call it, your own creator, your co-creator, will have known all along what was in your mind. Right, well, I think I'm going to go now. But yes, we do need to think about how these people in power positions, i.e. the Pope, the Queen, members of the royal family, must be feeling and thinking, because I'm telling you now, we the people may still not be believing all of this about the OPPT. And that's because it's so huge. It'd be like them saying there's, you know, a planet as big as the sun about to land on us tomorrow. Yeah, first of all, it would take a while for the news to get out. Second, it would be dissed. Third, people would think, oh, so what, it's not going to make any difference to my life. And fourth, people would just find some way of not believing it. Even if they saw it, they'd, oh no, that ain't real. And it's because we've had so much falsity, so much smoke and mirrors, and so much lies, that we very rarely believe anything unless it's make-believe. Because that's what we've been programmed to believe. Believe Coronation Street, believe your local cereal, believe the local news, believe all of that. Yes, unfortunately. Anyway, I think that's all I want to say. But there are other things I want us to consider, and those things are that, you know, if someone came to me and say, why didn't you do anything to stop what was happening in let's say Australia, with the treatment of the indigenous population. I love the name, the Originals, the Aboriginals. What do I say? I didn't know about it. I was busy. Oh, sorry, I was at the gym. You know, sometimes we are involved and we are responsible, even though we would believe that we weren't in any way, shape or form. And some soldiers have committed atrocious acts, killing people, innocent people, because they have been told to do it. And if they don't do it or they don't comply, they end up like Bradley Manning. So, you know, let's move forward with kindness and a heart full of love. And let's get rid of the mob attitude. It really is not good, guys. Well, I don't think so anyway. Right, I'm going. Keep looking up. Remember to enjoy life, live it. And from the beautiful sun, my local tree museum, Honey, Ebby, and my toes, my boots there, it's goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Love you.